the critical and commercial hit Kahani, and with Teen, he continues his love story with the city of joy, Kolkata. I would like to introduce to the creative producer, Mr. Sujoy Ghosh. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
I have no clue what I'm supposed to say. Okay, thank you for coming here. I was shooting all night yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to read the script, which is in my hand. So I'm going to make this up as I go along, right? Okay, we have with us Sir, Mr. Bachchan, Vidya, all the dignitaries who put in their money and trusted us to make the film. Suckers. And what I'll do is, who do I call on stage? Okay, can I just call on stage Ribhu, because I didn't do much on this project. I'm the creative producer, but I really didn't do much. What I did was I stayed there and I sold my script to Vidya, who decided to do another film with me. That's what I did. So, I'll call on stage Ribhu, who will tell you a lot about T. He's the guy who put in all the hard work, he did the script, he did everything. And I'm very proud of him, because whatever we invested in Ribhu, he gave us much more. I mean, a lot of return on interest from Ribhu here. Yeah. So I'm going to give the mic to Ribhu. And
so I think before we start anything, I think we should call Sir first. Sir, please. Without you, we can't start anything. And Vidya, would you please join us? Yeah. So this is. We are missing Nawaz here, but. We have Sir, we have Vidya, we have Sujoy, and yeah, we're all in white. Yeah. Somebody's asking to. Yeah. Now, what do you want to? Okay.
Why don't you tell me about some of your experiences while shooting in Kolkata?
We will start with Sir. Sir, what was your experience about shooting in Kolkata? I'm just taking the phone out.
So I'll tell you, when we wrote the script, Suresh is here, Mr. Nair, he is the writer with Bijesh. If we can have one more chair, Suresh can also join us. And so when we first wrote the script and we went to Sir, and we told him, so we are going to shoot this film in Kolkata. And the first reaction from Sujoy was, "Kaise hoga ye picture?" Because, when you go to Kolkata with Mr. Bachchan, it is crazy. Every day we almost had 700 to 800 cops, because the amount of crowd came in every day for the shoot was minimum between 5 to 10,000. And I remember in one location which was little outside of Kolkata, it went to 19,000. So you can imagine the situation we were in. But it was quite a challenge, and also I remember one day we were shooting with Vidya at a railway station, a railway junkyard actually rather. So हमको लगा कि ये तो दूर है, and sir had a break that day. So it was quite little outside the main city. So we didn't know कि before we reached कहाँ से इतने लोग आ गए, क्या हुआ, and by the I think we couldn't actually properly shoot that day, right? Yeah, we had to reshoot it. So I think the biggest challenge shooting was the crowd, because they are actually they love cinema in Kolkata, and they're also very knowledgeable. I mean, if you can talk to any Bangali about cinema or sport or politics, and they can just go on. So I think that was the biggest challenge, but I think we had great fun. And we had situations, but sometimes we thought we'll do this shot like this, and without telling anybody, without taking any permission, and ended up not taking the shot. I remember one day we went to Sir and said, "Sir, ये तो हुआ नहीं, क्या करें?" And then he actually planned the shot, how we can do that. I think Sir would be the best person to say that. I think you should be okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, sure. What was your experience? You was a creative producer, so what do you think?
It was, for me, it was a great ride. You know, it was a lot of difficulties and everything. But Ribhu did all the hard work, so I didn't do much. But crowd control is, I'm very good at, so if any of you are making a film and you want some crowd control, you can call me. I'm very good at that now. And I think especially if you shoot in Kolkata with Sir or Vidya, that's a given. You know, there's millions of people who turn out to see. And I remember just in the middle of we're shooting and suddenly the mayor of Kolkata turns up. Okay, and he wants to have a chit or chat with Sir, and he wants to give him flowers and sweets and everything. And we have got 1 hour to shoot the whole film. And he takes about time, and you can't say anything to him because he's the mayor of Kolkata. So, you know, these are the challenges we face, but it's great fun. You know, that's how movies are made, blood and sweat. So, we had a good time, incredibly good time. And I hope both Sir and Vidya had a good time. And
I think they're all half Bengalis at heart.
So please.
Vidya is going to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Hi everyone. Well, Te3n was a very special experience for me. Not just because I'm in a special appearance. Oh my God, that's a terrible joke. But yeah, it's usual. I was back in Kolkata, one of my favoriteest places in the world. I keep saying it's second home for me. I was working with Mr. Bachchan again in a completely different avatar from far. It's been a few years, and I can't say this enough number of times, and everyone who works with him says this. People who don't work with him or haven't had the chance say this, that he is a constant inspiration. So, you know, in my first scene with him, I looked at him and I felt like he was the character, and that really, for me, amazes me time and again. I don't know how you do it, and God bless you with the longest, healthiest life, so we continue to get inspired and entertained by you. And I can keep gushing, but I will talk about another very strong reason for me to do the film was the script. And when I met Ribhu, I thought he was a very pleasant person to interact with. Unlike Sujoy, who's completely mad. You know, Sujoy and I have a very crazy equation, so we won't go there. But with Ribhu, it was like, I just felt I wanted to work with him. I felt like I liked the way he was seeing the film. I liked the way he wanted to tell the story. So I wanted to be part of it. And jokes apart, you know, I was getting to work with Sujoy Ghosh again. And how could I miss that opportunity, really? In Kolkata. So yeah, I've given you enough reasons why I've done the film, and it is the very fact that I've flown down just for the trailer launch means that it is very special for me, and I hope you all enjoy it, throng the theatres and blah 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 and blue blue blue. Thank you.
Sir, you are me.
Oh, okay. Sujoy and me have always been appreciative of each other's works. He's been a little too effusive about his love for me, and I'm always grateful to him. We did Aladdin together, and we had a wonderful time making it. He had some wonderful ideas which he worked with, and then when he was doing Kahani, he wanted me to sing the theme song, Akla Chaloge, which I did for him. But even otherwise, even when he was not working, we would meet often at one of our favorite spots, which is Vishal and Shekhar's music room, and talk cinema, talk music, just... and then he came with the idea of wanting to make and produce another film with Ribhu. Ribhu and me had worked together in a TV serial that we did called Youth, and Ribhu was introduced to me by Anurag Kashyap, And during the making of Youth, which I felt very good about, because I just was told by Anurag and by Ribhu that, just take your time in doing whatever you want to do. There was never any constriction as to how one should perform or in how much time, space you have to finish your lines. I just liked the idea of being free to do whatever we wanted to do. And with the advent of digital cinema now, we don't have the pressures of, costly film, celluloid, and therefore you can have the liberty of, doing several retakes and takes and carry on working. So when Sujoy brought the idea of Te3n, he had actually come with another idea before, which we were almost set to do. And do we disclose that? Or? It was a film about Kerala, and we had decided on the story, and we had decided to go ahead, schedules are made. And then one fine evening they came and said, we have another idea, and maybe you'd like to hear it. So it took me just a couple of seconds as they went into the narration of Te3n that I decided, let's do this, and let's not do the other one at the moment. That's how quick the narration and the decision to make this film came. We were to shoot the film in Goa, and because there were some problems about permissions, they were back in my office again saying, we have a problem, we can't shoot in Goa because there are problems about permissions. What do we do? And I said, let's go to Kolkata. And they said, you'll go to Kolkata? I said, yeah, why not? And that's the time Sujoy told me that, sir, this is a wonderful decision, because I'm going to show you places in Kolkata which you've never seen before, and how true it was during the making of the film. We virtually settled in Kolkata, and I think in one long schedule we finished the film. It's been always a joy to work with Vidya, and I was so happy that they decided to have her in the cast. But I was equally just delighted to work with Nawaz, whom I've always admired. He's a phenomenal talent, and it's just a pity that he's not here with us today. But truly, we get to learn so much from artists like Vidya and Nawaz, because they are this generation, and I'm in great admiration and in awe of all the artists in the younger generation, because they bring to the table something that we are not used to, and we've not seen through the 40 years that we've been in cinema. And that's always such a wonderful learning graph for somebody like me. I watch them very carefully, and when I work with them, I admire the way they approach the project, the scene, and I just have great admiration for my two co-artists in this film. The story of the film was what really was very attractive to me. I felt that it was very unique. I don't know how much of its uniqueness we can talk about today, but I suggest that we should have a look at the trailer first, and then maybe we come back here on stage and have an opportunity to talk to you and perhaps answer some of your questions. But I do want to say that that I want to thank the producers and the people that have put their financial might into it. I want to thank the writers who have very diligently worked out a subject which took me a while to understand. So I'm sure that when we talk about the film after you see the trailer, we will be able to perhaps describe more about it. But for the moment, I feel just let's have a look at the trailer, and then we'll come back here and maybe have another discussion and have an opportunity to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
The making of the film. I'll talk about myself, and then Vidya and Ribhu and Sujoy can talk about it. suggesting Calcutta has always been a great benefit for me because many of you may not know, but I had my first job in Calcutta, in Kolkata. It was Calcutta then. That was in 1962. I worked for almost 7-8 years in a managing agency house as an executive. I was in the coal department, so a lot of the inputs that came in an earlier film of mine, which was made by SG, called Kala Pathar, a lot of those inputs came from my own experiences in coal mines and where I had to actually train for 2 months. And Calcutta has always been, at that time, a city that has been very close to me. I've been very attracted to it, primarily because you get your first job there, you get the freedom, you get the independence, you start living on your own, and you build a kind of relationship. And Calcutta has a very unique way of every evening you would meet the same people at all the prominent places and still never get bored of meeting them because everyone had something fresh to say, something unique to do, something unique to talk about. It's art and culture is obviously associated with Bengal, but that apart, there's this famous adda that everyone has in Bengal where everyone gathers together. They talk about various subjects and it's such a wonderful feeling. So for me to get back there to visit old sites and old locations, I must have stayed in at least 10 different places there as a paying guest, as a rented place. So just being in that environment has always been very exciting. I do want to say to the production that they were absolutely marvelous in the way they produced the film. Gave me and all the artists working conditions which are so conducive to actually putting your heart and mind into the film. Sujoy was absolutely right when he said that some of the locations that he was going to take me to shoot and I'd never ever seen before, despite the fact that I lived in Calcutta and for 8 years. And there were some ironic situations as well. For example, we were shooting in an old mill once, and almost 2 hours into the shooting, I actually disclosed to them that this was one of the mills which were under the company that I was working with. And we used to come here to train. So there were a lot of ironies like this. But also, I want to thank the government of West Bengal for providing us incredible amount of facilities, whether it was in the permissions that we got to shoot in locations which no one had ever shot before, like Writers' Building, which is the secretariat of the government, to be able to shoot inside there, to get permission to work there. The kind of security arrangements they made for us were just phenomenal. We had to drive long hours to forests which were near Shantiniketan, and it was just amazing that despite the heavy traffic that we would face in these 4 hours drive, 4 hours going and coming, that's like 8 hours of just being on the road, was just absolutely so amazing. And we never ever had any problem with crowds at all. Ribhu just mentioned that the people of Kolkata are truly educated about cinema, and they understand when they're told to keep quiet because we are shooting sing sound, or they're asked to move out of the frame. There's never been a problem with them because they understand cinema and the way it is shot, and their cooperation. And to the people of Calcutta, I'd just like to say a big thank you, and to the administration for providing us this great amount of help and assistance.
You have always been a supporter of women empowerment. Day before yesterday, when you were at the National Awards, there was an actress sitting alongside you who is today being admired for her fighting spirit in a great way. Wouldn't you say Kamala Rao is the perfect example of women empowerment, given the way she has single-handedly mounted a spirited defense against a powerful man like Ritesh?
I'm sorry, can we keep the relating to the film, please? I'm sorry. Yeah, the lady over there.
देखिए, किसी के बगल में बैठ करके जो उनका व्यवहार है या उनके साथ जो बीत रही है, उसके बारे में जो बगल में बैठा है उसको कैसे ज्ञान हो सकता है? आपके साथ में बैठा हूँ, मुझे कोई भी ज्ञान नहीं है कि आपका अगला प्रश्न क्या होने वाला है। लेकिन आपकी बात जो है उसकी मैं सराहना करता हूँ कि महिलाओं को शक्ति मिली, अपने आप अपने पैरों पे खड़े हो सके। हम सब जो है ऐसा हमेशा मानते आए हैं कि महिला जो है उसकी अपनी एक शक्ति होनी चाहिए, 50% जो है देश की आबादी, उतनी ही महिलाएं होनी चाहिए और उतनी ही उनको शक्ति मिलनी चाहिए, समाज में उनका एक महत्व होना चाहिए। हमने हमेशा ऐसा माना है और इन्हीं बातों को हम लेकर के आगे बढ़ते हैं।
लेकिन सर हज रैली में भी अब महिला को आगे नहीं दिया जा रहा है।
जी जी जी, मेरे पास इतना ज्ञान नहीं है भाई साहब।
The lady in black and white, can you ask your question?
You know, I
Black and
really
white.
think it's none of my business to be judging anyone, but I will say this, that I have the greatest admiration for Kangana because she's standing up for herself. I think that is very creditable because as women, I think we find it very easy to stand up for other people, for our family members, for our children, for our husbands, for our parents, but we rarely stand up for ourselves, and she's standing up for herself, so kudos to her and more power to her for that.
पहले आपको बहुत बधाई फॉर नेशनल अवार्ड एंड सेकेंडली ये आपको बता दें कि आप जो निज़ाम के बारे में बोला है वो बहुत जल्दी मुंबई में खार में उनका ब्रांच ओपन होते जा रहा है।
Nizam is opening in Khar.
या
बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, बहुत बहुत। लेकिन दुर्भाग्यवश अब मैंने मांस खाना छोड़ दिया। तकरीबन 35-40 साल हो गए छोड़े,
सर सिटीज
लेकिन अभिषेक को भेजूंगा वहाँ।
सर वहाँ का जो सिटीज का जो मोस्ट आइकॉनिक राइटर्स बिल्डिंग है वहाँ पर पहली बार कोई शूट हुआ, इसके पहले कोई बंगाली फिल्म भी वहाँ पर शूट नहीं हुआ, तो राइटर्स बिल्डिंग में शूट करने का एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा? सेकंड सवाल यह है कि कोलकाता इज ऑलवेज कनेक्टेड टू पॉलिटिक्स, फिल्म, रविंद्र संगीत, फुचका एंड फूड एज यू सेड, बट इसमें से कौन सा चीज़ है कोलकाता का जो आप इतने साल मुंबई में रह के भी विच यू कनेक्ट इंस्टेंटली?
रसगुल्ला।
वो तो खाते नहीं है।
अब छोड़ दिया है, लेकिन अभी भी मिष्टी दोई खाता हूँ और मिष्टी जो आता रहता है हमारे पास, वहाँ से बहुत से हमारे कुछ मित्र हैं जो भेजते रहते हैं, वो खाता हूँ।
और सर राइटर्स बिल्डिंग के बारे में?
और बंगाल तो हमारे घर के अंदर है। তোমাদের একটা প্রশ্ন আছে যে মিস্টার বচ্চন তো উনি সবসময় বলেন যে কলকাতা উনি বাঙালি,
বাংলা বাংলা
বাংলা
বাংলা বচ্চন বাংলা।
and Vita also said कि কলকাতা ওর সেকেন্ড হোম। তোমরা মিস্টার বচ্চনকে নিয়ে ফিল্ম করেছো, বিদ্যাকে নিয়ে করেছো, ওরাও অনেক বাঙালি ডিরেক্টরের সাথে কাজ করেছেন এবং কলকাতার সঙ্গে যাতে এত স্ট্রং কানেক্ট, সেখানে কিন্তু বাঙালিদের একটা প্রশ্ন থাকে যে কেন বিদ্যা বা মিস্টার বচ্চনকে কোনো বাংলা ফিল্মে দেখা যায় না, যেখানে তোমরা ওদেরকে নিয়ে এত কাজ করছো কলকাতায়।
I did actually start working in one, but then that film didn't happen. बांग्ला film. No, अनुसंधान was a translation. It is a dubbed film. It is a dubbed chilo.
Ribhu, आपके right here, coming from that. Ribhu, कहानी और इस फिल्म,
तो दोनों में हम लोग जो स्टोरी टेलिंग का पैटर्न है वो सेम देख रहे हैं। वहाँ पे एक मतलब प्रेग्नेंट लेडी थी, सुजोय की फिल्म थी कहानी, और ये 3 दोनों की स्टोरी टेलिंग का पैटर्न सेम सा दिख रहा है कि उधर भी हम लोग मतलब वो आउट नहीं कर सकते थे कि कोई प्रेग्नेंट लेडी इतनी खतरनाक साबित हो सकती है, और यहाँ पे मतलब दादाजी की भूमिका में ये भी इतने खतरनाक साबित हो सकते हैं।
ये मुझे पता नहीं है, इसे न्यूज़ टू मी आप जो अभी बोल रहे हैं, कोई खतरनाक नहीं है फिल्म में, सर नॉर्मल।
भारतीय सिनेमा में कोई ऐसी कहानी है जो सिमिलर नहीं है। एक लड़का होती है, एक लड़की होती है, दोनों प्यार होता है, एक विलन होता है, वो उनके बीच में आता है, एक हीरो जो है उसको मार देता है, अंत में दोनों मिल करके आगे चले जाते हैं। हमारे ऐसे
अच्छा, और
3 घंटे में पोएटिक जस्टिस मिल जाता है।
रिभु, इस फिल्म का जो पोस्टर है, तो इस फिल्म का पोस्टर किन्होंने डिजाइन किया है? क्योंकि इसमें इंसेप्शन की पूरी झलक है।
ने किया है, और इंसेप्शन जैसा का कमेंट्स हमने वी हैव सीन दैट, बट अगर आप और भी फिल्म देखेंगे, फिफ्थ एलिमेंट हो या और भी 2-4 है, उनमें भी यू हैव सिमिलरिटीज ऑफ इमेज व्हिच इज रिवर्स। सो ऐसा नहीं कि इंसेप्शन ही पहला पिक्चर था जिसमें ऐसा कुछ एज यूज किया हुआ था। आई थिंक फिफ्थ एलिमेंट हैज द सेम थिंग।
Yeah, Mr. Bachchan,
कोलकाता के लोगों में अनुशासन है, उस किस्म का डिसिप्लिन और किन इलाकों में देखते हैं? क्या हम माने कि यूपी में अगर हम कोई फिल्म शूट करें आपके साथ,
सब जगह अगर आप मेरा ऐसा मानना हमेशा रहा है कि अगर आप जनता को एक बार जाके समझा दें, वो समझ जाते हैं। जनता आमतौर पर अनुशासित रहती है, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है। कलकत्ते की बात इसलिए की क्योंकि वहाँ के लोग थोड़े से बहुत ही ज्यादा भावुक हैं, चाहे वो खेल का मैदान हो, चाहे वो सिनेमा हो, चाहे वो थिएटर हो, संगीत हो। अब यहाँ बैठ के सुनाना शुरू करूंगा आपको अपनी बातें तो पूरी शाम निकल जाएगी, लेकिन जितना मेरा अनुभव हुआ है कोलकाता के साथ, हम लोग रात भर बैठे हैं ये बालीगंज में, जहाँ पर हमने पूरी रात बैठ करके शास्त्रीय संगीत सुना है। और एक ही शाम के अंदर मैं आपको बताऊं, रविशंकर, विलायत हुसैन, अल्लाह रखा, अलाउद्दीन जी, शांता प्रसाद, ये सब जितने म्यूजिशियंस एक ही शाम में, कभी भी संभव ही नहीं हो सकता कि एक ही शाम ये लोग बजाएं, इनको हम लोग सुनने बैठते थे। खेल के मैदान में आपने देखा है किस तरह से इनका भरता है, कितने पैशनेट होते हैं। इसी तरह जब वो अपना स्नेह और प्यार दिखाते हैं किसी कलाकार के प्रति, तो वो मुझे आज भी याद है कि जब मैं महमूद साहब के साथ रहता था, अनवर अली मेरे मित्र थे, तो वो और धर्म जी गए थे, उनकी एक प्रमोद चक्रवर्ती की फिल्म थी, वो उसके रिलीज के लिए गए थे वहाँ, और उनको थिएटर का जो ऊपर एक छज्जा होता है वहाँ पर जाकर के खड़ा होना पड़ा क्योंकि इतनी भीड़ हो गई थी। और जैसे ही वो छज्जे पे निकले, इतनी जोर से उनका स्वागत हुआ कि महमूद भाई और धर्म जी के आंसू गिर पड़े, और उनसे कहा गया कि आप कुछ बोलिए, तो उसने कहा कि मैं क्या बोलूँ, हमारे तो ये देख करके दृश्य जो है हमारे लिए इतना भावुक है। इस तरह की वहाँ की जनता है, वो आपको उठा करके ले जाएगी। मैं अपने अनुभव अभी नहीं बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि पूरा ऐसा लगेगा कि मैं अपनी ही तारीफ कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन नहीं, ऐसी बात नहीं है, वो बहुत ही भावुक लोग हैं। हम जैसे कि अभी इस फिल्म में हमने हुगली नदी में शूटिंग की, और मैं एक और फिल्म की शूटिंग करने गया था वहाँ, 2 अनजाने की। हमारे एक गाना करना था हमें बोटानिकल गार्डन में, जो कि हुगली नदी के उस पार है, हुगली में है। तो अगर हम सड़क से जाते तो समय लगता, और कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को पता चलता कि हम उधर जा रहे हैं, इसलिए उन लोगों ने कहा कि आप इधर एक स्टीमर जाता है इस पार से, उसमें आप बैठ जाइए, चुपचाप से चले जाएंगे उस तरफ, और वहाँ उतर करके गाड़ी में बैठ के वो बोटानिकल गार्डन पहुँच जाएंगे और गाना शुरू हो जाएगा। तो बहुत सवेरे 6-7 बजे वहाँ एक स्टीमर चुपचाप से लग गया इस तरफ, और हम उसमें जा करके बैठे, और जैसे ही वो स्टीमर निकला नदी में जाने के लिए, कुछ 200-300 लोग जो है पानी में कूद गए, कूद करके साथ में तैर के गए हमारे साथ उस तरफ। ये बहुत ही ये फैन फॉलोइंग तो है ही, लेकिन एक इनकी जो भावना है ना, वो बड़ी अजीब है। और उसी जगह बोटानिकल गार्डन में एक तालाब था बहुत बड़ा, तो हम लोग तालाब के इस तरफ थे ताकि भीड़ जो है उधर रहे, तो भीड़ उधर थी, लेकिन वहां से वो लोग हाथ हिलाएं, शोर मचाएं। एक सज्जन जो थे उन्होंने कहा कि प्लीज सर, कुछ हमको आना है, ये फोटोग्राफ चाहिए। तो मैंने कहा यार बेचारा बहुत परिश्रम कर रहा है, इसको बुला लेते हैं। तो ये ऑटोग्राफ ऐसे कागज मुंह में पकड़े और पेन ऐसे मुंह में धरे, पानी में तैरता हुआ पूरा तालाब पार करके आया मेरे पास, भीगा एकदम, और मैंने उसको ऑटोग्राफ दिया। उसने मुझे गले लगाया, चीखा चिल्लाया ये, और वैसे ही पानी में कूद दिया ऑटोग्राफ लेकर। जितना ऑटोग्राफ लिया था सब मिट गया। तो बहुत सी ऐसी कहानियां हैं कोलकाता की।
मैं आजाद में भी कहानी है ना।
हाँ, अरे बाप रे, वो तो बताना नहीं चाहिए
सर, बता
सर। वो एक थिएटर में वो फिल्म लगी थी मैं आजाद हूँ, और उसमें जहाँ मैं छत से कूद जाता हूँ, आत्महत्या करता हूँ, तो फैंस जो है सर बड़े भावुक होते हैं। तो जैसे ही मैं खड़ा हुआ वो फिल्म में, वो दीवार के ऊपर एक जो फैन था, वो बैल्कनी के जो ऐसे कॉर्नर होता है उधर खड़ा हो गया, और जैसे मैं कूदा उसने कहा दादा एकला जाओ ना तो उसने कहा कि आप अकेले नहीं जाएंगे, मैं भी जाऊंगा साथ में। तो इस तरह का पैशन है वहाँ के लोगों में। It's very difficult to explain, you know, how it's just so loving and so warm.
We only have question for one.
आनंद काट हेलो कौन था? हाँ हाँ, क्या काम निकाल आनंद कौन ओके ओके तेरा केबल खींच हो गया ना भाई क्या